Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing well. So, I really wanted to get on camera for this video, but I put the camera on me, and baby, my hair. Baby, when I tell you I'm looking real ashy about the face, and I'm working. Plus it's getting dark, but y'all wasn't about to see me like that. I'm sorry. I've gotten on here looking rough before, but I was about to take it to a new level on y'all, so I'm not gonna do it. But let's talk about Ready to Love. This is the catch up edition. Sit back, relax, get you a glass of wine. Just like I told you in my Married at First Sight video, I've been off the scene for a minute because I just wasn't in that mood. Like, I know I should be able to review shows or watch television shows and not really get in my head about anything going on in my life or the life of other people I know. But sometimes the content of these shows takes me there, and I just gotta log off for a little bit. So that's what I did. But I've been having a good time. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I've been having a good time. I've been enjoying myself, and I just left here without saying nothing. And my grandma always told me, you don't leave the house without saying nothing to nobody. So please forgive me, you guys. I was definitely raised better. I know better than this. I know better than to be acting like that. But we are here now, and we're going to review Ready to Love. And I'll probably be shaking up how I do a few of my reviews, but I don't want to talk about it too soon. I'ma just kind of do it. I don't know yet. I'm probably just gonna do it, or I'll talk about it more at the end of the review. How about that? So, with no further ado, let's get into this Ready to Love catch up review. Okay, first and foremost, we gonna start with the tea. So I was on Instagram minding everybody's business but my own, and I saw that Aisha and Dante had broken up. And if I have the photo screen, I think I took a screenshot. If I have them in my phone, I am going to put the screenshot of what she posted. I am going to put it into the video. Y'all know I'm recording this on my phone, but I think I got it. I'm going to put it into the video so that you guys can see the photo. Also, I'm going to read what she wrote in a post because there were plenty of comments on her page, but I'm going to read what she wrote, and I'm also going to try to put that up as well. She said, I won't waste life. I'll always show up authentic. I have never ever lied to these men. I showed up with no drama, and my past trauma healed and filed away. Who I am, who y'all saw, what did she mean? Who y'all saw, a black woman giving life to love, breathing life into we can do this, black love, black mental health, breaking generational trauma, and building generational wealth is us. It's possible. You watch me accept this black man for who he is. Unfortunately, who he was an act for you and me, but it's okay. I'm blessed and life is great. It's giving tea. It's very much giving tea. Now, I told you guys when I was watching the reunion that I was worried about Aisha and Donovan. Not so much for Aisha, but because I knew that Donovan really had his eye set on Zadia before she showed out. And I just didn't feel like he was really feeling Aisha like that until that situation with him happened with Zadia. I also wasn't sure about Dante in general. Just given some of his answers to the question, I just wasn't sure, and I was always worried that something like this was going to happen between the two of them. And it did. Now, a lot of people in the comments were saying, oh, it might have been too much too soon, to which Aisha, now I didn't get a screenshot of that because it was way, way down in the comments, but she was basically just like, look, we are both closer to 40 than 30. Nobody has time for this. You don't know what you want. Too fast for who? Because I definitely checked in with him. Aisha was going off, honey. Aisha was going off. But I was worried something like this was going to happen between the two of them. So Aisha and Donovan are off. For those of you who did not know, did you expect it? Were you surprised? You guys let me know what you think. Okay, some more tea before we get before we get into season 6. Now, I was down to Sydney's channel. Y'all know her and Jonte Field also broke up. Now, y'all need to be following Sydney. I don't know if y'all like to look at, some good looking women like I do, but baby, I followed. I hit the follow button because Sydney is very much she's definitely giving us Instagram model. But somebody commented on her page, is it true you two aren't together anymore, and used the show for followers? I read it on another page. Sydney responded, "We were never in a relationship." I had 70,000 followers before being on the show. Hope that answers your question. Okay. I don't know. It's very much giving as well. What does that mean, Sydney? Were y'all ever together or no? So were y'all faking it? These are the things we want to know. Now, I know half of y'all already know this because I know y'all go to some of the other pages and y'all get the tea, but baby, JoJo didn't know, so that's why I brought it up. But y'all let me know what you think about Sydney and Jonte Field, and let me know what you think about Dante and Aisha. Moving on to season 6, though. Okay, so I had to catch up on, I think, about 3 episodes, and I'm just going to tell you guys, we're going to do like a summary of what I feel about what's been going on in the show. We're only going to talk about the notable things in the last couple of episodes, and then I'm going to move it to present day for the episode that came on last night. Are you ready to rock with me? Okay, great. Here we go. Red flags. Donovan has only been single for a few months, and he's been divorced for maybe a year or a year and some change. No. All right. From what I've heard from divorced people, a lot of times that first person that you date after you get a divorce is a rebound, and then you might have 2 or 3 rebounds after that. You're just kind of trying to find your footing, just find your way. Donovan, although he is been transparent about this situation, I'm just not really sure. I would be nervous if I were a woman that was dating him. Like, we would probably have to start in the friend zone first and then move on to something else if he felt he was ready. So that's one thing I noticed when they went to meet the exes, the friends. And what else do I have here? Eric ended up self-eliminating because of some type of situation he had with Dakia. Sounds like to me he was putting his hands, it was a please excuse my hands moment. They just want to touch, they just want to feel, they don't mean no harm. And Dakia had to tell him, now you can't be touching on me like that. I'm not with it, I'm not feeling it, that's not where I'm trying to go with it. And because he was trying to be a stand-up guy and take accountability for what happened with him and Dakia and how he may have made her feel uncomfortable, he decided to go ahead and bow out of the competition. I actually was applauding him for that. I also think he might have been embarrassed too. So either way, he decided to bow out of the competition. So Eric is with us no longer. To sum up everybody else and some of the things I've been seeing, I think Demetrius believes he's the one, and any woman would be lucky to have him. So he doesn't really work that hard for it because, for the most part, he hasn't had to, and that's what he's been displaying the last few episodes. This episode, he tried to switch it up a little bit. Tori really likes Sabrina. I don't think he ever recovered from being embarrassed at that cabin or wherever they were. He just never recovered from that. He tried to go out with Precious, and that was, that date was I just could not take the talk that he was trying to have with her. But that didn't work out either. And just ever since then, he hasn't been able to find his footing. When he does go out on other dates, it just seems like he's ready to go. He's not really interested. And he's placed his eggs all in Sabrina's basket, which may not have necessarily been wise on his part. But I do think he really liked her. Tina is not ready. I don't know if she's scared of rejection, but what I do know is the sis is not ready. Carmen's connections are sexual and second place at best, but she believes she got it in the bag with anybody that she comes in contact with. She needs to also stop worrying about what other women are doing, how other women are dressing, how other women are feeling, how other women are handling their dates, and she needs to just worry about her date. She's been doing that almost since she came onto the show. Been worried about how everybody else is dating when she needs to worry about herself. Dakia is trying to remain composed. She's trying to be genuine, but it just doesn't seem to be working in her favor, and it's kind of hard, and it's a little sad to watch. Clifton, I got my good eye on him. I know y'all like Clifton. I know he's a fan favorite, but I just got my good eye. I got my good eye. I wish y'all could see me winking my eye on Clifton. I'm just not really sure about him. Joy wants Clifton and Clifton only. I actually was very surprised when I turned the show on and saw her still on there. I thought the guys would have eliminated her, but I guess they're trying to get their final couples there, so they've just been kind of working around Joy. But we know she only wants Clifton, and it's been that way since episode 5, I would say. Sabrina is trying to play Ring Around the Rosie, but all of her ashes are going to completely fall down if she's not careful. She's going to find herself in the same place that Kira was in when she got down to the wire, and I don't want that for her. But she seems to be playing it a little bit better than Kira was, just as long as she stay on top of it. And sometimes listening to her talk is like being in a board meeting. Big Vern went home. I think that was the best decision for everybody. I been knew Big Vern was petty and wasn't about the life that he pretends to be about when he was trying to get them booty cheeks squeezed. Y'all remember how he was about trying to get them booty cheeks squeezed? In them jeans, he wanted somebody to touch it, and I knew then that Big Vern wasn't gonna be it for me. So they sent Big Vern on home. He wasn't happy about it either. He didn't really go down. he didn't really go out well. He seemed to be irritated by it. And Ace, I knew she was probably gonna go after Big Vern went, and we wish Ace well. That's all I really got, y'all, for the sum up. Now we can get into the rest of the review. So we started the episode out with Tori getting sent home. He didn't seem surprised. Tori actually seemed relieved to be going home. He did the little pickup with Sabrina, honey. That pickup would have had me thinking wrong. Don't pick me up. Don't pick me up. Okay. Ooh, child. But she little. She probably used to getting picked up and tossed around and carrying on. But anyway. He came out smooth. He admitted that he probably made a mistake with not opening up and not forming connections with other people outside of Sabrina. Something that he learned and something that he's going to take with him. But he looked relieved to be going home. And I think he was relieved. So he took the L very well. Let's see what else. Nephew Tyler Perry tells them don't do nothing I wouldn't do on his way out the door. And he goes on about his business. And Sabrina and Demetrius end up having a conversation that they've seemingly had before. Sabrina's problem with Demetrius is that Demetrius is not really giving her what she needs, that affection, that attention, the text messages, and all of these other things that she feels like she's giving, and she wants him to reciprocate. So it's not a reciprocal thing with her. Demetrius, to his point, I understand what he's saying too. When we come off of this thing, when we come off of this ready to love thing, that's when you'll see me give 100%. But I don't give 100% in situations that I don't know about. Like, you have other connections here. You have other people that you like. I can't give 100% until I know that we're locked in, until I know that we're in a relationship. I'm just not comfortable. Maybe Sabrina, maybe she could have worded it differently. Like, I just need you to give a little bit more. I understand that you're not going to be head over heels and not, treating me like your girlfriend, but, at least reciprocate the energy that I'm giving. Maybe something like that. But I got actually what both of them were saying. Nobody wants to give and not receive, but at the same time, nobody wants to be giving and not really be sure about where they stand with that person. And Sabrina is still, to be honest, taking her pick. She got one out the door. She still got two more to choose from. And Demetrius is a part of that too. So what did y'all think about that? I thought that was interesting. Now let's move forward. Carmen and Donovan are down to the hot tub. She feels I can't talk. She feels super comfortable with him, and she possibly sees a future with Donovan. I actually think these two would make a good matchup, only because Donovan, if he is ready, he needs to move very slowly. And Carmen seemed like she could go either way. Like, she could play games with it, or she could be serious with you. It just, whatever, child. Carmen's good either way. She says she's blushing and black people don't blush. I say, quit being silly. Black people do blush. I got time for you to be making these silly comments. But she says Sabrina is a good girl, but she's a better woman. And see, this is when I start not liking Carmen. I understand this is a competition. I understand that there's other women, and you got to kind of make sure, you put your left foot in the game. But what I'm saying is, don't bring up other women when you're on a date with somebody else. She keeps doing that, and it's been getting on my nerves. Every episode that she does it. Don't bring sis up. Now, was it me? Or was Donovan tipsy? He was real red about the eye. I don't know if he had a little chlorine in there. But he was giving me tipsy vibes. Borderline drunk. But there's their thing with them. They actually seem to be doing well. Who's next? Oh, this next situation, y'all, almost had me in tears. But, I'm a thug. So I didn't cry or nothing like that. But I felt like, Okay, so Dakia. So in the last episode, Dakia was kind of watching Joy and Clifton have these moments, and they were really cute, and it was feet rubbing, and there were moments where she just was by herself, and she kind of knows that Clifton has a stronger connection with Joy, but Clifton has yet to really come to her and say that. Um, she's worried about where they stand. You know, she's trying to play it cool, but she's feeling some type of way. And I gotta say, I really respect Takia. I really admire her maturity in this, and I hope to have it soon enough. But I really just like the way that she handled the situation when she was just like, I'm feeling some type of way, I'm feeling hurt, but I'm trying to handle this the best way I can. I like you, but I know you got something going on with Joy, and I want the best for you. I just want you to be honest with me about where we are, so that if I'm holding out false hope or if I'm holding on to something that's not there, let me know, because I respect it. It was real grown. It was real mature. You could still hear the hurt in her voice, but it wasn't a lot of theatrics, or just, she wasn't like passive aggressive about it. She was just so, I loved the way she approached him. Clifton, at first I felt like he was still about to try to talk around the situation, but eventually he realized, like, okay, let me be real with this girl. You know, I really had a lot of respect for you. I also really liked you. I did feel like our connection was going stronger, but I do have something real and something more genuine with Joy. So they had a real grown conversation. And even though it was a cool conversation, and even though they got it solved, and you know, she got up and she was like, all right, I'm gonna go. And he was like, where you going? And she said, I don't know. I was like, oh, you guys. And she was kind of like teary-eyed. I don't know, I felt her pain so much, because you know, I've been there. I've been second choice, or you know, you get broken up with, you know, you really like somebody, but they're not quite ready for what you're ready for, or there's somebody else they might be interested in. Like, I have definitely been there, and it's that feeling where you're just like, I keep putting myself out there, I keep hoping for the best, I keep trying to show up the good person, and everybody sees that I'm a good person, and everybody says that I'm this good woman, but nobody wants me. That's exactly how it feels. And it's just like, what am I doing all this for? I felt bad for her. I felt bad. But she went outside, composed herself, and you know, she showed up the next morning for breakfast or whatever. But before that happened, let's talk about these swingers in the hot tub, because Joy and Clifton were giving me, Joy in particular, not even Clifton, Joy was giving me swingers vibes. Joy, Clifton, and Sabrina and Demetrius are in the hot tub. So Demetrius is trying to give Sabrina a little bit more of what she was asking for. So a little more cuddles, a little more affection, a little more interest, right? Joy is all over there in their business. Now, Joy always in people's business, but she over there just cracking up and laughing. And what y'all over here doing? What y'all over here talking? I said, Joy, go over there, tend to your man and your business. He's all yours now. Why you over there? I was like, do she want a piece of the action? Because I'm about to get out this hot tub. I didn't come out here for no swingers event now. Oh, by the way, Joy looks very pretty without makeup. I just wanted to bring that in. But she was acting like she wanted some action, but I'm gonna just say she might have been a little tipsy, but she need to take some steps back just a little bit. Now, the next morning, right before they're about to leave, Tina shows up. Y'all, listen, I didn't even know Tina was still on the show. So when she was walking through, I was like, who is that? But she shows up because allegedly she had car trouble. But really, it's that she was just overwhelmed. She wasn't sure. This might have been too much for her. She doesn't know if she wants to be a part of the show. She's not sure about her connections. So she come in there, and honey, them men was tight. Like Donovan especially. Donovan was looking at her like, don't talk to me. But she do go talk to him. They go upstairs and they have a conversation, and Donovan is asking her questions that she's really not answering. She's kind of talking around. She's kind of okay with the fact that the men might be mad at her. Sis ready to go. Okay, sis is ready to go home. I'm wondering, the reason why I wonder if she is scared of rejection is because it's almost like she is trying to cut her losses before anybody has time to put her off the show. She also says that this might have been just too much for her, dating all of these people, trying to run her business, trying to raise her child. And it's okay, sis. Sometimes we step into situations and we just don't be ready. But just say that, though. You know? Just say that. Go on about your business. Donovan's over it. Paul said he ain't even gonna talk to her. It ain't no point, baby. I cut it with her a while back when she didn't show up to the event at all. So when she ex-nayed the whole event, I ex-nayed the whole thing. Goodbye. Okay, so not even going to talk to Tina. Everybody in the kitchen is kind of confused as to why Tina showed up right before they were about to leave. Carmen does go out to check on her. It didn't feel genuine, though. It kind of just felt like she was just trying to get the tea on whether or not Tina would be pushing up on Donovan. She's trying to peep out her competition. But yeah, she said she don't feel like she got a connection with nobody. So, baby, go on home. Go on home, baby. It's okay. I don't fault you. Sometimes you think you're ready and you're not ready. Go on home. All right, so next, Paul and Dakia go on a date. I don't see anything happening between the two of them. I think that Paul is cool. I think that Dakia likes him as somebody who could be a friend to her. I also think she appreciates the fact that he can see the goodness in her and her genuineness, and he appreciates her. But as far as like a romantic attraction or a connection, I don't think it's there. But I think she would like to give it a shot. And not even, it doesn't even feel like I want to give it a shot so I can stay until the end. It actually does feel like, you know what? This man sees me unlike some of the other men I've been dealing with on here. Let me see if this might work. It feels like a, you know, let me put my heart out there. Bless her heart, you guys. She just talked about how she's been heartbroken so many times, and you know, she still believes in love and a fairy tale. God bless her. God bless her. When she was talking about that, I was doing the sad face, just like I was doing when I read Aisha's whole black love monologue. I was just like, child. Y'all can stay in it. Y'all stay in it for the long haul. Me personally, I'd rather just I'm probably gonna be a nun. I don't got time for all of this. Paul does some of his slow talking, his classic slow talking. You are a beautiful black queen. I said, get it out. Get it out, Paul. But I think she's trying to feel a connection with him. I just think it might be too late. It might be too late for them. Joy and Clifton go out on a date. More chemistry there, more sexual innuendo. You know, we know they like each other. I don't even need to. Moving on. All right. So we get back down to elimination time, or not elimination, but conversation time about where everybody stands. I had a lot of secondhand embarrassment for Dakia. This whole scene. First of all, watching Clifton and Joy be giggly and cute and talk about being on nude beaches, like, why? You know, I mean, dang, I know y'all happy, but dang, can we tone it down just a little bit in front of Dakia? But I understand, you know, you can't help how you feel about somebody, so it's cool. Then we get this thing between Carmen and Paul. Now, y'all, baby, I was uncomfortable. Okay, Paul said that when he and Carmen went out, he felt like he was getting sized up by her. He felt like she was asking a lot of questions about him and what he liked and how his life went and how his dates went, but he wasn't really getting anything on her. So he felt like he was getting sized up and he wasn't getting to know her. Carmen didn't appreciate that. All right, and it was right then that I knew that Carmen was about to do something that was lightweight petty, and she did. Carmen started pulling out quote-unquote receipts about some of the things that Paul had been saying. Now, just earlier, Paul had said that he liked Dakia. He saw a lot of things in her. He thought she was beautiful. But according to Carmen, he was making it seem like their date didn't go well. He was making it seem like she wasn't all that attractive and saying that he wanted his woman to look a certain type of way. She just was going in and basically saying that Paul was being a fraud, and there's a lot of things that he's told me and he's talked to me about, and that's why I'm looking at him like, oh, where's this coming from? Y'all, Paul's head had popped up so quick when she started spilling that tea. Now, Dakia didn't believe it. And I'm not saying I do believe it, but I do believe that Paul did make comments to Carmen in relation to not necessarily Dakia's attractiveness, but maybe he wants her to carry herself in a more like, not sexual nature, but I don't know. I don't know, but I do feel like he might have made some comments, but maybe not in the way that Carmen is putting it. On the other hand, Dakia doesn't believe Carmen at all. She believes that Carmen is still mad at her and blames her for Eric going home. And she feels like she has a bone to pick with her. So she doesn't believe anything that Carmen says. Dakia says she's never felt bad about herself or her looks, and she says sexiness does not always have to be on display, and class is always in style. I said, come on, Dakia, you better spit that. And Carmen gonna say, well, I mean, if you ain't got it, if you just don't have sexiness. And how about Dakia said natural versus purchased? I said, not purchased. And Carmen said, well, it doesn't matter. I said, oh, no real hair. Real hair. A lot of women can't say that today. Remember your comments. I need to know what on you is purchased. Ooh, boy, I was here for it. I was here for it. Okay, I was I was messy, and I was living for the drama. But we move on. Let's move on to some of the other couples. We already know about Clifton and Joy's connection. I'm reading here. Sabrina tells her good parts of what she likes about the guys that she's with, but then she starts telling her bad parts. Okay, so one of the bad parts for Sabrina is that she's concerned that Donovan is not healed and Donovan is not ready. For whatever reason, Donovan was surprised by this. He thought they had moved past it, and I mean, maybe they did have a conversation about it, and I don't think anybody's going to move past that. I think anybody's going to be kind of worried about that once you tell them. But he says if she had questions, then she could have came to me and told me. So I'm shocked that she would say that. Her concern about Demetrius, I'm surprised she didn't bring up the whole reciprocation thing. Instead, she brought up how he commented that he wanted submission in somebody when he was talking to his friend. And she says that that's not her default. You know, that's not, she can be, but that's not her default. To which Demetrius replies, submission is just a word. And I didn't say that that was all I needed or that was something that was constantly going to work for me. But when my homie brought it up, you know, we did discuss it. But what her real issue is, and then he goes into talking about the whole reciprocation thing, which I really do believe is Sabrina's main issue. I think Sabrina would be choosing wrong, personally, if she chooses Demetrius. For some reason, I feel like her best bet was Tori. I don't know why I feel like that. I just do. But with Demetrius, I just don't feel like they have what it takes to make it. I don't think Demetrius is gonna give her what she needs, even once they get off the show. But that's just my opinion. Donovan said Sabrina snapped on him off camera and basically said that he'll go home like the last one, to which she responds, that's not exactly what I said. I said when we were having back and forth banter and you said who's going home next, I said it could be you, LOL. We were playing back and forth. Who y'all believe? Who do y'all believe? I don't know who to believe on that one, but either way it was funny. So everybody was pulling receipts out. That's what I got from this. And then in the very end, it looked like Tina stood nephew Tommy up. I said, not Tina standing up nephew Tyler Perry. And Tina really don't care. Oh, and speaking of nephew Tyler Perry, let me tell you something. You bald-headed rascal. You quit lying about them 20 years. You have not been married for 20 years. We go over this with you we've been doing this in season 1. Telling you to stop them lies. You have not been married for 20 years. What it was is you understand the nature of not being ready to love because you were courting for many years before you finally decided to marry your wife. That's why you identify with these men. That's why you identify with this show and that theme song that I wish they would change because it's getting on my nerves. No, it needs some time to get to the place. Why? Why did it take you some time to get to this place that I've been wanting you to be? And why are you now singing to me and telling me that you're ready? I don't want to hear it. So anyway, that's it. It wasn't as long of a video as I thought it would be. I'm going to try to get this edited and uploaded and get the little T, you know, on the pages, you know, so we can get it popping for you guys. I don't know why I said popping. It just sounded corny. It was bad. Sorry. And last but not least, I am going to try to shake up the channel just a little bit. I was thinking I wanted to start a separate channel for my planner and book reviews. I'm not doing that. I'm a reviewer. I review things. I review shows. I review movies. I review old movies. I review books. I'm going to review everything on this here channel. And then if you don't like what I'm reviewing, you don't got to watch that video. You can just skip right over it. But if there's anything that y'all want me to review, I don't care if it's some chapstick. Don't ask me to review no makeup, because I'm not getting on here and putting on, I'm not a makeup person. So don't ask me to review that. But anything else you want me to review, I actually just got some workout gear that I'm probably going to review, because I've been having a hard time finding girls that's not like, they're either skinny or they're thick, but there's like no in between girls trying on clothes. Like with my body shape, I don't have a lot of hips, but I got big legs. So I was going to do a try on for people who might have been wondering about a couple of products. So yes, guys, that is it. You guys can let me know what you thought about this review. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all for whatever we talk about next. All right. Love y'all. Thank you for rocking with me. Bye.